Okay, so let's jump right in. Today we're going deep on this piece. It's called One Way Forward. It's from innerway.com.o Ruth, and it was published just yesterday, April 3rd, 2025.
Right.
It basically says that the key to like a new future, a better future for, ourselves and the world is all about inner transformation. And specifically, it's about understanding and I guess you could say moving beyond our ego.
Yeah, that's a big focus in this article.
Yeah.
It argues that confronting and really truly overcoming the ego is not just some fluffy feel-good idea. It's like the fundamental step for any real progress.
Right.
It even suggests that the future really hinges on this internal shift.
So, okay, I'm curious.
Right.
When the article talks about ego, what does it actually mean? Like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about here? It mentions fear, doubt, that need for like
Right.
constant validation. Is it kind of like that voice in our head that's, never quite satisfied?
Yeah, exactly. That's a really good way to put it. The article kind of portrays the ego as this collection of limiting beliefs and insecurities that just cloud our perception of who we really are, our true selves and our potential. What's interesting here is that it's really saying that this ego-driven perspective is actually a barrier, a real barrier to growth, both individually and collectively.
So what's on the other side of that barrier? I mean, the article mentions breaking free and seeing ourselves as, quote, beautiful spiritual beings, unquote, which I gotta say sounds pretty profound. It says that leads to infinite potential. I'm not sure I totally get that. How does that work?
Yeah, it's getting at something deep here. It's connecting this realization of our spiritual essence to the ability to actually shape a new reality. And this reality, it's characterized by, positive qualities, things like peace, love, freedom. It says that when we align with this core sense of self, beyond the ego's limits, we unlock this natural capacity for positive change, both in our own lives and in the world around us.
Okay, so it's not just some internal, feel-good factor. It's about actively influencing what happens next.
Right. I mean, the piece really emphasizes this point that, quote, this new future can only manifest when one chooses to become all that one can be here and now. Like it puts so much weight on what we're doing, our actions right now in the present.
Exactly. That's a key point here. The source is saying the future isn't just this abstract concept that we wait around for. It's being created actively by the choices we're making right now. And this is especially true when those choices are coming from a place of, authenticity and a real sense of purpose. It's about living up to our potential, like right now.
So there's this other point that I found really interesting. The piece mentions limiting beliefs and attachments as obstacles. It suggests that letting go of these actually creates the space for this new reality to emerge. What kinds of beliefs and attachments are we talking about here? Well, think about those, ingrained assumptions that you have about like what's even possible for you, or maybe rigid attachments to certain outcomes, or even identities. It's saying that all of these things, these ego-driven constructs, they keep us stuck in these old patterns. Releasing them, it says, clears the way for new possibilities. It lets new experiences manifest.
So the call to action is pretty direct. Quote, let go and see what happens. Do not let one's fear and doubt get in the way of progress. It's about trusting a process, surrendering control. But what's the rationale behind that?
Well, the source argues that fear and doubt are, they're really the primary tools of the ego,
Yeah.
They keep us confined, they keep us within those limitations that we were just talking about. By consciously choosing to trust, choosing to let go, we open ourselves up to unforeseen opportunities, to this sense of purpose that really goes beyond, transcends the ego's narrow focus. It's about aligning yourself with a larger flow.
Okay, so just to bring it all together, the big picture here, the takeaway from One Way Forward is that by being brave enough to face our egos and by connecting with that deeper sense of self and acting authentically right now in the present moment, we can actually build a better future together, a, quote, collective destiny and divine direction, unquote. It's saying that that inner work is the real driver of outer change.
Right. The central message here is very clear. This source believes that individual inner transformation, and
Yeah.
specifically moving beyond those ego-driven limitations and embracing our spiritual nature, is the fundamental pathway to creating a new and more fulfilling future for everyone.
So that leaves us with a question for you listening out there. Considering these ideas, about the power of overcoming the ego and connecting with your potential, what's one small step that you might consider taking today to align more with a sense of purpose and possibility in your own life? It's worth thinking about how our own inner journey, our own inner work might actually contribute to a larger shift.
I think that's a great place to leave it.
Thanks for joining us for the deep dive.
See you next time.